of our coffee and addressing the issue of the decrease of the quality and the quality of coffee that is being produced right now as a number of serious historical issues. And those historical issues and challenges are the ones that we've come here today so that we are able to engage and share experiences with the people that are in this business, the practitioners, so that we can be able to come with recommendations that are practical, that can be able to address the problems that we find. From my experience, because I have grown in this area and we've been producing coffee for a long time. And I think just like you mentioned, the Deputy President himself, the other speakers have really given the reason to why I think production has been decreasing. And production has decreased over time because we've not been able to give farmers the right price that is so, that entices them, or that is so motivating for them to continue maintaining coffee as the foreign exchange earner or an income earner for the family, compared to what is paid to them vis-a-vis the cost of production, that or the kind of money they put into producing whatever they are paying for. So for us to be able to address the aspect of production, number one, just we want to emphasize that we must be willing and ready to ensure that we have the right markets for us to be able to get the right money to pay the farmer for it to be exciting for him to continue farming. Number two, for us to be able to increase production, we must also be able to motivate and get our farmers back to the farms to increase the area and the coffee production. And getting our farmers back to farming into the farms, I believe we must also be able to come up with ideas that are practical, ideas that will be able to address the high cost of production. And I'm happy that the government and the Ruto administration is very committed in funding or subsidizing production against consumption. And that is why you will find that even the current fertilizer subsidy program that we've been running, in the coffee sector itself, we've had farmers picking coffee fertilizer under the subsidy program for them to be able to continually give the correct formulation of fertilizer for their coffee. You also find that it is now very necessary for us to be able to increase production, to rely on science and be able to use, like, for example, Kenya Agriculture and Livestock Research Institute has developed various varieties of coffee that are resistant to the coffee-bearing disease. It is important for us now, as we get farmers back to their farms, to be able to use also the right seedling, because when you use the right seedling, that seedling, once grown and is resistant to CBD and the other kinds of pests, that will be another step towards increasing productivity. But most important is how, because Kenya, our farmers are small-scale farms, is how we can be able to mobilize as many farmers as possible to be able to accept that the reality of life right now, for us to be able to get the tons that we want to produce per year, there must be the participation of as many farmers as possible. And I think it will not be a problem getting farmers to farm, as long as we organize in a system where they have confidence that once they do the production, there will be value addition for their coffee, there will be a good market for their coffee, and for that matter, because agriculture or coffee production is business like any other. And when there is good return for any business that you do, then every person will be happy to get into that business and continue doing it because it earns or makes money for himself. So let us commercialize coffee farming. Let us make it business like any other. And I believe our farmers really do not have a problem as long as we have good money for them. And because we traveled with and now I've been moving out of the country for quite some time, and there is no area that I've not been to, including our last visit in Belarus with Moses yesterday. And the business people and other government officials that we've met are always talking about the good quality Kenyan coffee, which they are willing to buy. Remember the meeting we and the Vice Prime Minister are talking about why do they have to get their coffee in Belarus from Europe? Why can't we export